Welcome to the CMR Drive Forward podcast. I am Shipra, a senior analyst focused on mobility at CMR. And today we are diving into one of the most exciting shifts happening right now, the electric revolution. Joining us today is Ajay Pratap Singh, the co founder and CEO at Switchlabs. Welcome, Ajay. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, very good afternoon, and thank you, Shipra, for inviting me. So, yeah, means we have been in this journey from last 3 years or so, and we are one of the pioneers in EV trucking in India.
Hmm.
So, thank you again, and for inviting me and having a conversation. So, yeah.
Pleasure. So let's start very simple, Ajay. Tell us about the company. What's the vision behind the company? What was your thought process before starting this company?
So yeah, I would like to just start from the beginning that how this all started. So I'm by qualification a mechanical engineer, and my co-founder is also my college friend.
Hmm.
So I was earlier into solar project development, and we used to do the EPC and project development work.
Okay.
So uh, I was developing a solar power plant in Rajasthan for a farmer's PPA, and my friend also joined me. My co-founder also
Okay.
joined me, and we were discussing about that how world will move forward, and it was just after COVID thing, 2020, and before COVID also we were on and off. We were discussing about moving towards mobility segment. So earlier we were thinking about three wheelers and two wheelers, but in 2021, by chance, one of my existing client
Okay.
was getting an offer from a OEM to, and the OEM was the first one to, you know, like uh, you can say homologated first heavy duty EV truck in India. It's a
Okay.
very well known OEM. So
Tier one.
they were the first one. Again, it's not good to take the
Yeah,
name,
yeah,
but
absolutely.
they approached one of my existing client in solar,
Hmm.
and they were at that time initial phases. Tata Steel and Dalmia Cement kind of companies had bought these EV trucks on their books, two, three, five, and in the first instance it were retrofitted trucks. Means
Hmm.
like earlier this diesel truck of tractor trailer model, and they were retrofitted with the EV powertrain and battery and all.
Okay.
So yeah, so they approached one of my client, and the client approached to me that Ajay, would you like to consider it because it's a very similar to what we have been doing in solar
Hmm.
PPA, and so lot of learning for driving this business forward comes from my solar experience,
Hmm.
because it's a in solar also what we used to do, like we used to go to corporate clients,
Hmm.
and we used to install either at their premises or outside their premises, bring the electricity in either open access mode or like in their premises, and then we do a long term power purchase agreement with them
Hmm.
at no cost to them,
Hmm.
and they have an obligation to use that electricity at a fixed prices for certain 20-25 years. So
Okay.
this model was also very similar, where we have to put high value assets,
Hmm.
though in operational usage, and the client will keep paying. Client has obligation to use it, and client has an obligation to keep paying me a certain fixed amount per ton or per month, or means like whatever the model suits between me and clients.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, so those lot of experiences come from that. Also, we did a lot of research and did lot of negotiation with the client to make these contracts bankable,
Hmm.
because we understand in solar bankability was a very you know like of a very essence, because if your PPA power purchase agreement is not bankable, bank will not finance it, and you cannot. These are solar is also, means I'm talking about 2016 to 19 and even 2022. It's a high value asset. 1 megawatt cost to around 3 to 4 crore rupees.
Hmm.
So if I talking about 5, 10, 15, 20 megawatt for a single corporate, it's a huge sum amount,
Hmm.
80, 100 crore rupees or even 500 crore rupees. So the contract, the power purchase agreement need to be bankable. And
Hmm.
similarly, we did a lot of brainstorming, lot of negotiation with the client.
Okay.
We educate initial client that why it required 8 to 10 years kind of contract, because in logistics segments, 1 year, 2 years contract exists.
Yeah.
No contract exists beyond 3 years.
Yes.
So there we fight with the client. We sit across the table. We let them know that why it is required for the why 8 years contract is required, and that then only it makes a perfect commercial sense,
Hmm.
because everybody know that in the fourth, fifth year, or even before that, you need to change the battery. So you
Hmm.
have to absorb that cost as well, and then you have to make a business model where the though it's a higher asset cost, you have to leverage the lower fuel cost in terms of electricity, and then you have to make a business model where every it should be win-win for everybody. And client also benefited with the deploying green electricity, and like he's also getting a certain benefit, monetary benefit as well. We
Hmm.
are also making a sustainable business model where we are getting a long-term contract from our reputed client, and then we are
Hmm.
making a margin out of it.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it should be of bankable enough so that we can grow with bankable finances.
Right. Right.
So that was the idea how it all started.
Hmm.
And initially we have to fight a little bit for getting a long-term contract, but
Hmm.
now it's become a norm. All our contract as of now, all the big corporates with whom we are working with, all have a big contract. Major cement company, metal company, all have a long-term contract. And now it's a things have settled down in
Okay.
that way.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Great. Very, I mean, good to know that, it's very, exciting to know what you are doing. So, talking about a basic thing, that what exactly is that one problem or maybe two, three problems that you're fundamentally solving, and why now? What are you trying to solve exactly?
So again, if we talk about so there are two, three things. I will come one by one.
Hmm.
First is each cement and metal company
Hmm.
are focusing on reducing their carbon
Correct. Carbon
footprint.
footprint. Yeah.
And now it's becoming a compliance edge as well. After the launch of this Indian carbon market thing, though they are as of now addressing only scope 1, scope 2, but sooner or later they are bringing scope 3 as well. We are in also in talk with the policymakers.
Hmm.
So they are bringing scope 3 also under this umbrella.
Hmm.
So they have market as well as a compliance pressure to reduce their carbon emission first. And
Hmm.
now it's becoming a boardroom talk.
Hmm.
Second, uh, this is a little fragmented market logistic. There, if you want EV trucks,
Hmm.
you have to have one organized player. Means like it should not be should not be a fragmented.
Hmm.
Most of the truck owners having a less than 5 truck fleet.
Hmm.
But here you have to have a contract with a big corporate,
Hmm.
a long-term contract, and you have to electrify the whole route. It's not
Right.
a just one, just two or three or four or 5 trucks. You
Right.
have to electrify the whole route, and along that route, you have to, serve multiple clients.
Hmm.
So this is what exactly what we are doing on
Hmm.
the problem solving. So one problem, obviously, we know that uh, the companies has this agenda. Second is macro level agenda is diesel trucks,
Hmm.
medium and heavy duty trucks are just 2% of the total vehicular population,
Hmm.
but they are responsible for 39% of diesel consumption and
Hmm.
47% of the transport sector related emissions.
Innovation. Hmm.
Now,
Hmm. Hmm.
so it's a elephant in the room which has not been addressed yet.
Hmm.
We see a lot of progress in two-wheelers, three-wheelers, and even four-wheelers as well, passenger cars as well.
Hmm.
But electricity is nascent stage.
Hmm.
So, but if we compare with the our neighbor China, you can see last year China reduces its oil import by 6%.
Hmm.
Because in every developing or developed economy,
Hmm.
medium and heavy duty trucks will always have a bigger percentage of diesel consumption and transport sector related emissions.
Right. Hmm.
So this is where the India also, and it's not only about the climate change and all, it's also about the vehicular pollution that is becoming a big problem in cities like Delhi in
Hmm.
times of winter,
Absolutely.
the smog and all those things. Also, in the current like situation, like war is going on in Middle East, so it has exposed our fault line,
Hmm.
that how much our economy is dependent on oil import.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that oil import will be zero.
Hmm.
It can never happen. But as a nation, we can certainly reduce it by other means, because electricity we generate ourselves.
Yes. We can
Even if you import,
import dependency. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
yes. So import dependency will go down, and our 85% foreign cash reserve goes towards buying this petrol. So
Hmm.
imagine what will be its impact on if we reduce that, like by say 5, 6, or even 8% this oil import bill.
Hmm.
Imagine how good impact it will be on the Indian economy on a macro level. So
Hmm.
this is a thought that yes, we have to, and there are other if you see that it's not just a fuel change, it also comes with a, EV is a very connected vehicles. So you have a lot of data, and you are very these EVs are very connected ones, so you can control EVs remotely very well. Third is, we forget to talk about the very important stakeholder, and that is driver. So in
Hmm.
India, drivers are already, for heavy duty trucks, drivers are very, very less.
Hmm.
And there is a deficiency of drivers.
Hmm.
Uh, like last year, there was a survey that only 55 trucks drivers available for per 100 trucks.
Hmm.
So why this is happening? Because their conditions are not good.
Hmm.
They are literally, I mean, like their payments and all are not that good.
Hmm.
So EV trucks are not only solving that problem, but they are solving the driver's problem as well.
Hmm.
So when
Hmm.
you run an EV truck, irrespective of any brand or OEM, it's as smooth as running a car.
Right.
There is no gearbox, there is no clutch. His
Hmm.
one hand and one leg is free.
Hmm.
There is no engine just beside your cabin.
Hmm.
So, so the engine heat has gone.
Right.
So Kevin, so like his life is become, his working hours are very comfortable.
Hmm. Hmm.
Also, all EVs are coming with a AC. So just in our example, in month of December and January, all our EV trucks from Sirohi to Kalol route, they used to use this blower in
Okay.
night time.
Okay.
That gives them enough comfort to drive a certain extra mile,
Hmm.
because since it's very easy to run, there is no clutches and gearbox. So
Hmm.
that's why, the drivers who were who had a limitation of running, say 150 or 200 kilometers in
Hmm.
one stretch, now that has increased to 200 to 250.
Hmm. Hmm.
Means another 50 kilometers they can drive in one stretch without any problem.
Hmm.
But then again, the environmental ambient temperature comes into play, and that has been negated by AC inside cabin.
Hmm.
So those kind of, so, and AC bill is not that great. If you compare with the diesel truck and with an EV truck, AC bill, it's a huge difference,
Hmm.
almost 10 times.
Right.
Means
Absolutely.
if you run a EV with a AC 24 hours, and if you run a diesel truck with AC 24 hours, there
Hmm.
is a stark difference in the diesel cost,
Hmm.
means fuel cost basically.
Hmm.
So that these problems are automatically getting solved. And
Right.
as of now, early adopters are cement company and on a fixed route. So what we are doing is like we are not going on the dynamic loop. We are going for the fixed route closed loop operation, point A to point B, point B to point A. And now we are doing certain matching, like, if my truck is for one client going point A to B, then for another client, point B to C, and then from C to A. So
Okay.
that's kind of, now it is getting evolved with
Hmm.
the good charging infra. And we bring our own charging infra. We
Hmm.
do it for ourselves because as of now, the present charging infra is not good enough to charge these EV trucks because my trucks comes with a battery capacity of 282 kilowatt hour or plus. So it required and it gets charged it need to be charged in 1 hour or maximum 1.5 hours. So it required a back charging infra having a capacity of more than 240 kVA or plus. Rated capacity should be 240 kVA or plus.
Hmm.
So that kind of charging infra is still not in evidence on the major highway. So
Hmm.
we are building our own charging infra. So while we do contract, we consider all these points. First, we do the route recce. First, then we do consider that where we are going to put the charging infra, how we are going to bring electricity,
Hmm.
and then we are also sourcing electricity ourselves. So
Hmm.
it's not like just a typical logistic play. It's an
Hmm.
energy infra logistic play,
Hmm.
and we consider ourselves not a EV logistic player, but we consider ourselves as an EV infra player. We are building both of the charging whether it's a charging infra, whether it's a IT infra required to enhance the performance and monitor it.
Hmm.
So whether it's a electricity infra that we need to bring, how we have to bring electricity for the particular truck charging. So all we are building under one umbrella
Hmm.
under Switchlabs. So, yeah.
Hmm. Right. Since you talked about charging infrastructure, right? What is that one differentiation that Switch Labs has in this increasingly competitive landscape with so many, competitors available or, companies available? What is that one differentiation that you would have?
So I would say that we are not building charging infra for others.
Hmm.
It's mostly exclusively for us
For
for
us.
a particular route. So
Okay.
it's not driven by like we are building charging infra and then we are going to use it for EV truck. It's like we have got a contract. Like suppose if I got a contract in Tamil Nadu on
Hmm.
a particular route, so I got that trucks contract first. Since
Hmm.
there is no charging infra, so I before getting a contract, I done the survey
Hmm.
that there I have to put the charging infra. These are the places.
Hmm.
Then I find out those places and I build the charging infra exclusively for us.
Hmm.
Though whenever they will not be in use, we will open it for common public as well. But that will be the extra
Hmm.
benefit. It's not like we are building those charging infra for others.
So
So
there
so
is
that
no
is a big
company like
differentiation. We
you.
are not competing.
There is no
We
company
are
doing
not competing.
the same work that you are doing.
There are a couple of companies are doing it. So we already have a couple of competitors
Hmm.
exist in market.
Hmm.
But I believe that market size is huge enough, and the cost of trucks and the finances required for it are not that good enough.
Hmm.
So opportunity is huge,
Right.
and uh, like 8 to 10 players can survive in the same landscape because India is a huge country and our requirements are huge. And
Yeah.
even if you see that 10-20% shift of the present heavy duty trucks on EV,
Hmm.
it's create a huge market, huge market. So as per one estimate, by 2030, 1 lakh medium and heavy duty trucks will be on road.
Hmm.
So, so this is a huge number for anybody else. So
Yeah.
like even if I say that means like since a very early mover pioneer in this EV trucking market, if I say 15-20% market size, the number size is huge.
Yeah.
15,000 to 20,000 trucks is a huge number. It's like a mammoth
Hmm.
in terms of managing people, in terms of managing drivers, in terms of capex requirements. in terms of asset deployed. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm. But what is that, one, I mean, according to you, which you think that what is that one difference or uniqueness that your, infrastructure has than your competitors?
So I would say that it's a like a ground root recce, and the way since I came from solar background, so
Hmm.
we evolved like that. So we think the whole composition as a one, like
Okay.
right from bringing electricity, creating charging infra, and managing the operations, bringing trucks on our, like on our platform, either by getting debt equity or by lease, and then running it. So
Hmm.
this is the whole play. What and it's a obviously hardcore execution problem. So
Hmm.
like the better you execute with a speed, the better your growth will be. So
Hmm.
this is what we have done in just for an example, all our trucks are running more than 10,000 kilometers a month.
Okay.
So this is this the average 10,000 kilometers a month. This is a huge number. India average is
Yeah.
just 7,500.
That's
And
huge.
so we have before getting the contract, we designed the SOP
Hmm.
before signing that contract, because we do the first. Suppose if I have to get a contract from JK Lakshmi, we do the proper route recce. We identify the bottlenecks, we identify the challenges, we discuss it with the client, we try to solve it, and then we do the contract. So
Hmm.
the day I sign the contract, I know that this is how I have to improve performances.
Right. Right.
And once I deploy these trucks within 2 3 months, once the operation gets smooth, we went for another contract
Hmm.
because the that becomes a template,
Hmm.
and it's running automatically. Means I don't need to put my effort. The concerned supervisor is managing all the drivers very well,
Hmm.
and our local area person is managing it very well.
Hmm.
So then I don't need to put my effort into managing that operation.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's how this we have been doing it, and the differentiation is execution, perfect execution with the speed.
Hmm.
Like whatever we design on Excel, we we get at least 95% result in
Okay.
operations.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So
Okay.
but again, there is no rocket science. It's a hardcore execution business.
Right. Um, Talking about your maybe product or services, right? What has been the biggest breakthrough in your product journey so far? What do you think is the biggest big thing that you have observed?
So like everything comes one after another, and I must say that 8 years contract
Hmm.
8 years contract template,
Hmm.
and bringing a bankable contract template is the biggest breakthrough, I must say, which we get our clients, initial clients agreed, and now that has become a template. Everybody is getting agreed.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So,
Okay.
so yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And talking about markets, right? How do you view the Indian market versus global opportunities? Are you exploring? Are you thinking about it? Or maybe not right now, but maybe in future? How do you plan?
Frankly speaking, frankly speaking, Indian market are huge enough that even if I told like even 10 20% trucks gets electrified.
Right.
It's a huge market, though we are at a very initial level of exploring in Gulf and Southeast Asia, but it's at a very initial, just very initial
Yeah.
level.
Mm-hmm.
We take a lot of inspiration that how China has electrified
Mm-hmm.
their whole two-wheeler, three-wheeler, and even heavy-duty wheel trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, means like as of now we are focusing on Indian market. We are exploring Middle East and Southeast Asia a bit, but it's just on the top level, nothing concrete.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, European market, we don't know. Like opportunity are very minuscule
Mm-hmm.
again,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, and like we are mostly focusing as of now on
India. Okay.
India.
Okay. And with adoption, there will be a lot of challenges, right? So, what do you think is the biggest adoption barrier in your space today, if there are any?
Yes, yes, there are adoption barriers. Like, EV trucks cannot run on dynamic route as of now because of the charging infra availability.
Hmm.
There are numbers of problems. I will start with the kind of electricity connection we needed is
Hmm.
not present on each and every road because we need a HT line
Right.
connection, not LT line connection,
Hmm.
because our single EV charger have a rated capacity of 240 kVA plus.
Hmm.
So that's on the most of the highway we may, but at some of the places we can't get. And if I have to bring our dedicated lines from the nearest substation,
Hmm.
the cost of bringing that dedicated line adds in the project cost. So it pump up the project cost, and that's how that it's reflect on the freight cost as well.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
this is one of the challenge. Secondly, there is very uneven, you can say, electricity prices across India.
Hmm.
So, so that is also one of the challenge as such.
Hmm.
The third challenge is like, in cement industry, we have a biggest exposure till date in cement industry. So we
Hmm.
see that our trucks are very, like, our uptime is very good. Our drivers uptime is very good. The only problem that we see in the some of the cases is the detention. If truck is going for somewhere and then it stop there for
Hmm.
unloading
Hmm.
part 4, 5, 6, even 10 hours.
Hmm.
That's a problem because if that problem gets solved, my truck will run more, and the
Hmm.
more my truck will run, the more I will make a delta over diesel cost
Hmm.
per kilometer diesel cost, and more profitable I will be so that I can pass on a certain benefit to my client as well.
Right. Right.
So
Hmm.
idea is very simple. We
Hmm.
are arbitraging the difference in fuel cost,
Hmm.
which is again diesel is again going to costlier after
Right.
I think because of this global problem,
Hmm.
uh, diesel is again going to be a costlier affair. So the difference between diesel and petrol for diesel and electricity cost per kilometer cost will keeps on increasing the
Hmm.
delta, and so the more kilometers I will run my asset,
Hmm. Hmm.
the
Hmm.
more benefit I will be over the diesel guy. And so that I can pass on certain benefits to in long term to my clients as well, monetarily benefit to my client as well.
Hmm.
But that's the one of the biggest hurdle.
Okay. Okay.
These three are major hurdles. One is electricity,
Hmm.
means like electric infra availability, and second is proper utilization channels.
Hmm. 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 Okay. And Ajay, talking about the emerging technologies, right? Everyone is talking about AI, automation, semiconductors also. What, I mean, what role do they play in your roadmap?
Yes, so AI is going to play a great role. EV trucks are, as I told you, that they are very connected devices. They generate a lot of data regarding battery health, regarding
Hmm.
behavior, the charging infra pattern, so with the advanced machine learning model, you
Hmm.
can always derive the intelligence, and we are already doing that. I
Hmm.
cannot talk much about it because it's under development,
Understood.
but we are developing something which will help us from the safety point of view and from the performance enhancement point of view.
Okay.
My
Good to hear that.
truck's performance will get improved. Yes,
Uh,
so we are already developing that, but yeah, so it's going to play a great role,
hmm. Hmm. And do you
which can
think
change the face of literally change the face of trucking.
Hmm. So, do you think any technology which is underestimated today, and you think it has great potential that everyone is talking about AI automation, but any technology that you think is underestimated and not being focused as of now, but you think has a great potential?
To be very frank, no. Means like we
Okay.
didn't see such a, because as of now everybody's, though means like AI is being talked about, but I always believe that AI story will be driven by infrastructure,
Hmm. Hmm.
because to create those kind of big uh, models,
Hmm.
LLM models, you need to have big, data centers.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And creating a data centers of that mammoth size required a lot of infrastructure. And that also like, cooling technology, the water, like lot of things needed, the electricity, and that also greener electricity.
Hmm.
So like people are focusing more on the AI thing, but they are not focusing that how this AI will sustain.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I believe that like in China had generating electricity like anything. Like they are adding power plants, solar power plant, wind power plants, even the thermal power plant at a great speed because they know that uh,
Hmm.
anyway AI will consume a lot of electricity for the running these all models. So I believe that infrastructure which will drive
Hmm. Hmm.
this AI story forward. Otherwise, we see that almost means like most of like in India, most of people are doing the cover.
Hmm.
Actually, LLM models are very few people are doing the actual like writing the uh, like creating the LLM models.
Hmm.
Most are doing the just the cover part.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, so these are the things. But in the case of EV, I think battery technology is improving. Uh, Flash, we
Hmm.
have seen that recently in China, BYD has done that showcase that flash charger kind of thing where the uh, car gets charged in less than 10 minutes kind of thing. So those kind of technology will improve in near future. Also, sodium battery has a great future because lithium has a limitation because of its like mining and lithium reserve. But sodium has a great future, and sodium has a some certain inherent uh, like certain inherent quality,
Hmm.
but it's not yet cheaper because it is still like under production. But I believe that the way the cattle and BYD are expanding their sodium, like research into sodium, and they are bringing it on a commercial scale, it will get cheaper than in next 4 5 years. Sodium battery may get cheaper than lithium.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. Now,
And we are also in the opinion that once this battery cost will go down to a certain extent,
hmm.
it will create a kind of, mm, upstick in adoption.
Okay.
Like as of now, like due to cost factor, we are seeing a like little hesitation by traditional transporter. As soon as this battery cost will go down,
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
will see a huge upstick in adoption because like operational cost is already uh, like lower by principle because electricity is always cheaper running a truck on electricity is always cheaper than
Hmm.
uh, diesel cost.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm. Um, Ajay, talking about learnings, right? As a co-founder and CEO, what has been the toughest decision that you have ever made? If in case you have made any toughest decisions.
so far, fortunately, I didn't came across any tougher decision. Every decision is just my always my philosophy is like like you make a decision, you take a decision and then make it right.
Okay.
So,
Hmm.
uh, so I drive by that philosophy. And obviously, when I take a lot of learning in from my solar because
Hmm.
that like no, I have done a lot of groundwork.
Hmm.
So I have a very fair idea that how things works in the different part of country and how electricity works. So
Hmm.
that is one of the biggest advantage that we are trying to bring into this energy infra mobility segment, where the mobility is one part that is many people are doing,
Hmm.
but infra and bringing electricity
Hmm.
is one of the things where I have personally done a lot of work.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, in nutshell, like the decisions I first make and then I try to make
Okay.
it right.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So,
And talking about policy, right? In India, policies in India, whether it is a Make in India or a PLI, what role a policy has played or is playing in accelerating your sector, or maybe your impact, creating an impact on your strategy? Is there any role, or how do you see
So
that?
yeah, I mean, it's like as of now, the PLI and Make in India doesn't have much impact on this
Mm,
bigger side truck
mm,
segment because now it's in very nascent stage. On the lowest size vehicle like two-wheeler, three-wheelers, cars, it had a great impact because under PLI scheme one has to develop battery
mm,
locally only. I think some days ago Ola has announced that they are now started delivering this their scooter with a made in India battery, and which will help them to reduce their cost further
mm,
of their Ola bikes. But they are now like this segment. Once we are very hopeful, some of the Indian OEMs are also trying to
mm,
uh, like make parts locally.
mm,
It will not be 100% Indian product, but yeah, like and government of India has also announced subsidy.
mm,
Similarly, state of Maharashtra has announced subsidy. So yeah, means like on policy part, government has also doing their on
mm.
government has in under PME drive 550 crore each, if I'm not wrong, has been allocated for trucks.
Okay.
Uh,
Mm,
entry category trucks.
mm,
So, but to avail those subsidy, you have to have a certain degree of localization in your truck.
okay.
So this is compelling OEM to like
Manufacture in India.
adopt those practices. Yes, manufacturing in India.
Mm,
So couple of manufacturers already fall in that category and they are already started doing that.
mm, mm,
So yeah, it's like going forward, it will help us. And obviously, once you have this battery, you
mm,
will start getting manufactured battery locally.
mm.
So it will help you again. The import cost again will go down. So in a way, that will be a like truly Atmanirbhar Bharat. Once we really start getting manufactured, because like you will reduce your oil import on one side, and then at this point of time, you are importing battery and most of the EV truck technology. But once you will start manufacturing here in India, which is quite possible.
Mm,
We see a very good future.
mm,
So then like everything is you are getting manufactured here. You electricity we are manufacturing locally only. Like
mm.
with the solar, wind, and thermal energy power plant, we are getting electricity locally. So it will be truly make in India kind of thing.
And since you talked about future, right? What do you think your sector will be evolving in next 3 to 5 years? What vision do you have for your company in next, say, 3 to 5 years?
So I said again that there is a data that by 2030 around 1 lakh medium and heavy duty. When I say medium and heavy duty means like N3 category truck
Hmm.
having a load of more than 12 ton.
Hmm.
So that kind of truck will be on Indian road. We are as of now obviously we are running truck, but as I explained it to you, we are a EV infra company and we control we see our company as a company who is controlling how energy will flow on wheels.
Hmm.
So like right from sourcing electricity to creating those kind of charging infra which transform that electricity towards battery.
Hmm.
It's like getting that battery charge and then running those battery for transportation.
Hmm.
So it will be a whole chain which will be very sustainable one and very greener one.
Hmm.
So also we are trying to source electricity also as much as possible. So we are also working on certain thing
Hmm.
where we will try to source electricity, maximum electricity from renewable sources.
Hmm.
So in that sense, it will be a truly green transportation.
In revolution.
And you can say, and I can say that uh, within this May, we are deploying a fleet where we are sourcing 80% electricity through renewable sources. And parallelly, we are registering on the carbon registry also. to obtain relevant carbon credit as well. So yeah, so like this will be so this deployment which we are going to do in just May will be a showcase. And in future, again, I'm saying that we will be a energy infra company. So we position ourselves as a EV energy infra company. Like, we control how electricity flow and how it's transformed and how it will deliver the required result in mobility sector.
Sure.
So
Now, as we move towards the end of the podcast, I would really like to ask you a personal question that if you would have to start over as a CEO, what you would have done differently? Suppose if you are starting again, establishing Switchlabs, is there anything that you would have done differently, or it's absolutely fine is how what you have started when you did start?
it's like a journey that, it's like a journey and we keep on learning on every phase. So we cannot have regret that I will start because, if you start, there are so many permutation combination. If you start something differently, then might have certain different problems might have arise.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, like I would have started with what I say, like a charging first and then
Okay.
mobility kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, means like now at this scale, it's sustainable enough. We are getting contract and then we are building charging and some backbone. So we would have done so starting point would have because means like if I would have started with the charging first, the time taken to reach this level would have been sorted.
Got it. Got it. Fantastic insights, Ajay. Thank you so much for joining us today. To our listeners, that was Ajay Pratap Singh, co-founder and CEO at Switchlabs, sharing how they are powering the EV ecosystem. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye
Thanks.
bye.